Just called the police again. The guy just came back who was involved. So they keep being on my phone. Like I said, like till I said something like, when I was in my house, like, oh, like, cause I'm trying to catch them, so I'll give them stuff to do and to like get me with, basically, so that I try to catch them as much as possible. And the dude came back and he was riding his bicycle, his motorbike, and switched helmets, like I had said to do in one of the trolls, which, I had said like something like, oh, have the FBI come in and say, yeah, like all this stuff is true to the local police or something like that, to make it seem like you guys weren't involved or something, or yada yada yada, like, and just make it seem like, have it fall into place for them so that they have some sort of excuse as to why all this stuff is going on, and he doesn't seem logical, but we're not gonna Baker Act him or something, you know what I mean? Like they'll try to, like, years and years ago they would have tried to put me away for one of the corrupt things that they would do to me, back in the day. But this guy comes back after I chased him down the road. He was the one who did it, and they keep playing games. My neighbors will come home or they'll come outside every time I'm like outside talking about it, or as soon as I got him on, he came back to see if it was done and that the cops didn't get me or not. Basically, and just this whole thing, he came back and was like, trying to investigate because they knew I was going to call the cops, and it's on my channel, you guys can see, but it's this whole thing. Like, they took all the stuff that I was saying on my phone for the last 6+ months. They've been investigating me with Holly and all this other shit, right? They had tracked me all across different states, trying to get me for something, constantly trying to get me and book me for something. And then I basically, tried to help them out with the Trump administration and all this other shit. And like I said, I'm gonna get a polygraph machine to explain this, because it sounds nuts if you don't know what's going on. But this type of stuff happens. Like, the people who are in your phones or are running the local police or whatever, they are corrupter than a $5 bill. They are fakes, they are phonies, they do nothing for us almost at all. They make themselves look good as much as possible, and just the whole thing. So they basically nonstop try to snitch on you or try to get you for something. They were trying to investigate me for dogfighting, drugs, anything that they could find. For this is going on for multiple years. They've been in with my phone because of different things, and they actually put me on a terrorist watch list just in case, because of them extremely messing with me like 10+ years ago when they Baker Acted me because I was on the drug. I never had any mental health issues my whole life. I did one drug, and they tried to get you for it. And they try to make it to where it's like this person's, that drug brought out some psychosis, or something. Like, they brought out something that fucks with their brain, and then they can't think properly forever. And it's just, they always do this thing. And my parents have been working with them because I have anger problems because of it. I do, because it's because of what you all did. And then you try to shut me up, and you try to make it out to where I'm a psychopath and manipulate me. And it's like, we'll see. Like I said, when I expose these motherfuckers over here who are working with police, the police either came over and did 2 pups in, or they were trying to scare me, because they didn't want me to harm anybody and like to put a target on them, essentially, because like whoever keeps doing it, I said I'm going to attack or something. This is in my phone, so like the only way they would know this is if they were in my phone. You see what I'm saying? But I'm obviously not going to do anything. I don't really even believe in doing stuff unless I have credible evidence as to who actually is doing it, which I do now. But I'm not going to waste my life over dogs, man. Dogs, I love my dogs and they love me, but at the end of the day, my dogs aren't doing as much as I would do for them. You know what I mean? Like, people were like, oh, I love my dog so much that I would do all this shit. I just play it like that because I want to see what these people are going to do. But I love my dog. There's nothing I can do, though. You know what I mean? Like, if I shoot somebody over it, I go to jail. If I attack a cop, I go to jail. If I run one of these fucks over and one of the neighbors, that's what they're trying to get me to do now. Like, they're walking down the street and they're like, trying to bait me into running them over, because they normally don't walk this much, It's only happened just recently, and like now every dirt biker is coming down the road, and all the neighbors, they all hate me because I reported them one time because I didn't know which person was sabotaging my Craigslist ads, and it was this bitch over here, and they would keep tormenting me and asking me different things about like, what's your type of dog and stuff, right, that you have. And they would like smile sinister and shit, because they were going on my Craigslist and trying to find my ads because I'm the only one who had bull herders on there. And that's what they were trying to do. And so like, they've been setting me up for a long time. Like, I went to the dog park the other day. The person was trying to talk to me about the specific dog that I had and stuff named Sailor Moon, and I was gonna breed her to Rex or Buddy, actually, sorry, and then make, like, I was gonna have Tiger Wolf's DNA in her, and, you know, Rex's, because he's like the best lines of whatever, and then put it into Buddy. And literally, and I knew that they were gonna set me up because they think I'm a pedo and all this other shit because they're in my phone spreading it around, and they think I'm some sort of dog fighter, so they would end up killing my dogs just to make me look worse, so that police end up investigating me as if I'm doing some shit, and yada yada yada, because the Democrats and all these people hate me because I was helping Trump too, and all this other stuff. You know, I was giving him ideas like the Greenland idea, like the Stargate idea, shit like that. This shit sounds crazy, like I said, to somebody who is not in the know. So, which a lot of people are in the know, but because it's going around viral, but I'm not seeing it on any platform, and they're just sending it around town. Like anywhere they can see it, they're like, you know, telling people to keep track of me and stuff and all this other shit, and they're murdering my dogs so that it takes longer and longer. We have to breed more and more, yada yada yada. Just it's going to be all day with these people. These people nonstop will fuck up your yard until the cops were gonna, you know, because the cops are corrupt. I just told them, like, the next time they came here today and tried to say I said I was gonna shoot someone and yada yada yada, and I didn't say that at all. I literally said, like, that I was gonna sue somebody, and they're like, oh, it sounded like you said you're gonna shoot someone. And they just keep trying to scare me and trying to say we're going to get you in trouble because they keep ruining my life, and they are being involved with these people to ruin my fucking life. Local neighbors and everything to ruin my fucking life, because I was talking shit about Pasco police and talking shit about this country, because this country is a mockery, and you're proving my point as to why it's a mockery and why it sucks. Now, I even know someone on Pasco PD. I used to date her, and she's probably orchestrating all of this. So like I said, I'm going to sue them, and if you see me in jail, this is why. Okay, it's not going to be anything. I will swear on the Bible, bro, or anything that you want, and I'm not even religious. I've never killed any of my dogs. My dogs aren't even that thin sometimes. They're just slightly thin. Emaciated is a completely different thing. You can see him right now, like some of mine. I'll show you Minnie. He's just chilling in the cage. He's thin as hell because he doesn't eat well, but he's not thin enough to die. They're all on febendazole, all on Albon. They choose specific dogs. Every now and then they'll choose this one or that one, and they have specific symptoms of rat poison. I don't even let mine out on my yard when I have rat poison out, and I watch everything that they do when they're on the yard. Okay, these people have been working with competitors of mine around town. They're trying to get me. It's like this coup of people who are like decoys and whatever, and people around town, and they just keep murdering my dogs. Every 2 seconds they're killing more and more of my dogs and making it harder for me to breed. So it's going to take longer and more time out of my day to breed. They just killed the one dog I needed for my project. And so that's what I'm trying to say, is that they keep playing these games, but in reality, I'm going to sue them. I'm going to literally look through different videos of mine and say, I need to know that person's name, that person. I'm going to explain it to a T, and it's going to pop up on a polygraph machine as 100%. So at least people understand just how fucking convoluted and complicated this shit is. It's unbelievably CIA type level shit. These people are orchestrating constantly against me. So